Greek mythology is not just about gods and heroes. It's also home to some of the most heart-wrenching love stories ever told. Welcome to Arcane Anthology, where we delve into the fathomless depths of these legendary tales. Each episode, we embark on a journey through the emotional sea of Greek mythology, exploring its timeless allure and influence. So, if you're ready for a voyage into the ancient world of gods, heroes, and star-crossed lovers, subscribe and join us. Dive with us now into the depths of these tragic tales and discover the timeless truths they reveal about the human heart. In the world of Greek mythology, love is often a battlefield marked by passion, sacrifice, and the cruel whims of fate. Here, love is not simply the sweet serenade of a lyre or the gentle whisper of a lover's promise. No, it is a profound force, a dance between devotion and destiny, often leaving in its wake a trail of heartache and despair. These stories of love and loss are not mere tales to entertain or amuse. They are vital threads in the rich tapestry of Greek mythology, weaving together the human and the divine, the mortal and the immortal. They are the heartbeat of a culture, pulsating with the raw emotions of love, sacrifice, and the relentless march of fate. The influence of these tragic love stories extends far beyond the ancient world. They have seeped into the bedrock of literature and art, coloring the pages of poetry and prose and casting long shadows on the canvas of human creativity. From Shakespeare's star-crossed lovers to the haunting melodies of a tragic opera, the echoes of these ancient tales continue to reverberate through the corridors of time. But why do these stories of love and loss resonate so deeply with us? Perhaps it's because they reflect our own experiences, our own struggles with love and fate. They remind us of our capacity for deep affection, our yearning for connection, and our vulnerability to the merciless hands of destiny. These tales also serve as stark reminders of the fleeting nature of life and love. They underscore the bitter truth that, even in a world of gods and immortals, nothing is truly eternal. Love can ignite like a brilliant flame, only to be extinguished by the harsh winds of fate. But even in its aftermath, love leaves an indelible mark, a poignant reminder of what once was and what could have been. As we prepare to delve into these timeless tales, let us not forget their significance. Let us remember that they are more than just stories. They are mirrors reflecting our own lives, our own loves, our own losses. They are a testament to the enduring power of love and the inevitable touch of loss. Now prepare your hearts as we delve into these timeless tales of love and loss. Our first tale is one of love, loss, and the power of music, the story of Orpheus and Eurydice. This is a tale that resonates with the sorrowful strings of a lyre, echoing the profound grief of Orpheus, the legendary musician. He was so in love with his wife Eurydice that when she died, he dared to descend into the underworld to bring her back. But alas, he was commanded not to look back until they had both reached the land of the living. Just steps away from their escape, Orpheus, in a moment of doubt, turned to gaze at his beloved. In an instant, Eurydice was pulled back into the depths of the underworld, leaving Orpheus alone once more with his music and his grief. From the depths of the underworld, let's turn to a tale set under the stars. The story of Pyramus and Thisbe. These young lovers lived in neighboring houses in Babylon, their love forbidden by their feuding families. They whispered sweet nothings through a crack in the wall that separated their homes, their words carried on the wind. They decided to meet in secret under a mulberry tree, but a mix-up involving a lioness led to a tragic conclusion. Pyramus, finding Thisbe's veil and assuming she had been killed, plunged his sword into his chest. Thisbe, returning and finding Pyramus dead, followed suit. The gods, moved by their tragic end, turned the white berries of the mulberry tree red, forever staining them with the lover's blood. And who can forget the love story that sparked a war and brought an empire to its knees? The tale of Paris and Helen. Paris, a Trojan prince, was asked to judge who was the fairest among three goddesses. He chose Aphrodite, who promised him the most beautiful woman in the world as a reward. That woman was Helen of Sparta, already married to King Menelaus. Paris, unable to resist Aphrodite's promise, kidnapped Helen, igniting the infamous Trojan War. This love story, steeped in passion and strife, reminds us that love can sometimes lead to devastating consequences. In each of these stories, love is a force that transcends the mortal world, reaching into the heavens and the underworld alike. It is both a balm and a poison, a joy and a sorrow. It drives Orpheus to brave the underworld, leads Pyramus and Thisbe to their tragic end, and stirs Paris to ignite a war. These tales also remind us that love is often intertwined with fate. Despite their desperate efforts, Orpheus, Pyramus, and Paris could not alter their destined paths. Orpheus, with his music that could move even the sternest of hearts, could not change the rules of the underworld. Pyramus and Thisbe, despite their deep love, could not escape their family's feud. And Paris, driven by his desire for Helen, could not prevent the war that followed. These timeless tales remind us that even in the world of gods and heroes, love can be a force both beautiful and devastating. From the mournful melody of a lyre to the crimson berries of a mulberry tree, from the burning walls of Troy to the broken hearts left in their wake, these stories continue to echo through time, reminding us of the power and the pain of love. These stories, while ancient, echo with themes and emotions that resonate to this day. While steeped in the realm of the divine and the supernatural, these tales of love and loss are, at their heart, profoundly human. Take Orpheus and Eurydice, for instance. Despite being a tale of a legendary musician and his doomed love, aren't we all, in a way, Orpheus? Haven't we all felt the sting of loss, the desperate longing to turn back time, to change what cannot be changed? And in his failure, don't we see our own struggles with acceptance, with letting go? Then there's the story of Pyramus and Thisbe, two lovers separated by a wall, communicating through a tiny crack. Isn't that a reflection of the barriers we often find in our relationships? Barriers of misunderstanding, of distance, of circumstance. And their tragic end, born out of miscommunication and haste, isn't that a stark reminder of the perils of assumptions, of not waiting for the whole story? And who can forget Paris and Helen, whose love brought a city to its knees? While we may not be launching 1,000 ships, don't we see in their story the destructive potential of unchecked passion, of love that does not consider its consequences? These are not just tales of gods and heroes, mythical beasts and fantastical realms. These are stories of love, of loss, of sacrifice and longing, of joy and sorrow. They are a mirror held up to our own experiences, reflecting our deepest emotions and our most profound struggles. They remind us that love, in all its forms, is a journey filled with laughter and tears, with moments of exquisite joy and heart-wrenching sorrow. And in that journey, we find our own stories, our own experiences reflected back at us. In their joy and their sorrow, their triumph and their tragedy, we see reflections of our own experiences of love. The love stories of Greek mythology, filled with passion, sacrifice, and the cruel hand of fate, continue to touch hearts even thousands of years later. These tales of love and loss resonate deeply with us, for they echo the complexities of our own relationships, the joys of love and the sorrows of parting. In these stories, we see reflections of our own experiences, our own triumphs and tragedies. They remind us of the power of love, its capacity to inspire, to transform, and sometimes to devastate. They show us that love, in all its forms, is a universal experience, as potent and profound today as it was in the age of gods and heroes. These stories urge us to reflect, to contemplate the lessons they hold. Which tale resonated with you the most? Is it the doomed love of Orpheus and Eurydice, the star-crossed passion of Pyramus and Thisbe, or the catastrophic affair of Paris and Helen? These tales remind us that love, in all its forms, is a timeless experience, as powerful now as it was in the days of gods and heroes. Our journey through the emotional landscape of Greek mythology is far from over. Picture the scene: a hero, Odysseus, battling monsters and gods, all while yearning for his beloved home. His tale is an odyssey of trials, tribulations, and the relentless pursuit of reunion. This epic journey of love, loss, and longing awaits us in our next video. Join us next time as we embark on Odysseus' Odyssey, a hero's long journey home. Until then, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep loving the tales of old.